Serchhip is the headquarters town of Serchhip district in the Indian state of Mizoram, and also the headquarters of Serchhip Sadar subdivision. It lies in the central part of Mizoram, and 112 kilometers away from the state capital city of Aizawl. The district has the highest literacy all over India. The origin of the name comes from citrus trees found on top of the first hill of the then Serchhip village. The word meaning of Serchhip is citrus on top. In addition to the former Serchhip village, the town area now included new Serchhip and Chhiahtlang villages. History. The first settlement within Serchhip area can be traced back to Lalula, a Mizo chief, who set up a settlement at Cowrie. Lalula massacred Chianrawn Pawi at Zopui. After this incident, afraid of revenge from Chianrawn, he fled towards Artarkorn to Lungalaizabork, and from there, he migrated towards north, and reached Serchhip Cowrie. The second settlement at Serchhip was founded by Bengquire, son of Lalpurthanga, chief of Bormchom, a great Mizo chief. From Cowrie he made a raid on Assam Valley, Alexandrapur and its attached areas. In 1871, captured Mary Winchester, a daughter of James Winchester. That led to the first Lushai expedition in 1872. Geography. Serchhip is located at 23.3 degrees north, 92.83 degrees east, 23.3, 92.83. It has an average elevation of 888 meters, 2,913 feet. It lies between the two very important rivers of Mat and Tukum. River Tukum is a public drinking water for Serchhip and River Mat is an irrigation water for Zalpui, the rice bowl of Serchhip. The annual temperatures range from a high of 34 degrees Celsius to a low of 10 degrees Celsius. Economy. Agriculture is one of the important occupation, being situated near Mat River Valley. Serchhip is the main producer of cash crops in Mizoram, famous for its cabbages and mustards. Transport. Serchhip is connected by Pawan Hans helicopter service from Aizawl. Serchhip is connected by road with Silchar through National Highway 54, with Agartala through National Highway 40 and with Impal through National Highway 150. Taxis, auto rickshaws and town buses are available public transports in Serchhip. Demographics. According to population census in 2011, 64,875 of which male and female were 32,824 and 32,051 respectively. There was change of 20.45% in the population compared to population as per 2001. In the previous census of India 2001, Serchhip district recorded increase of 17.82% to its population compared to 1991. The initial provisional data suggest a density of 46 in 2011 compared to 38 of 2001. Total area under Serchhip district is of about 1,421 square kilometers. Serchhip district population constituted 5.95% of total Mizoram population in 2001 census. This figure for Serchhip district was at 6.06% of Mizoram population. Serchhip town itself accommodated 20,073 people as per Statistical Handbook of Mizoram 2008. Public health. The most challenging public health issues in Serchhip are malaria and cancer. HIV infection among general public also increasing alarmingly. The basic health and nutritional supplements for infants and children are provided by Anganwadi workers, which have help in reduction of infant mortality and malnutrition among the children. Education. Average literacy rate of Serchhip in 2011 were 98.76 compared to 95.18 of 2001. If things are looked at gender-wise, male and female literacy were 99.24 and 98.28 respectively. For 2001 census, same figures stood at 96.21 and 94.11 in Serchhip district. Total literate in Serchhip district were 55,102, of which male and female were 27,893 and 27,209, respectively. In 2001, Serchhip district had 42,582 in its total region. Serchhip College is the only center of higher education in the town. Government Serchhip College, established on 25 August 1973, is one of the foremost colleges established in Mizoram, currently offering arts, science and computer subjects. There are 2 higher secondary schools, including Government Higher Secondary School, Serchhip, and numbers of high schools, middle schools and elementary schools. Privately owned schools also take very important role in the development of education in Serchhip. The most important contribution on high literacy in the town comes from Anganwadi centers. Media. There are 7 daily newspaper published in Serchhip. 3 cable are operated within the town and its nearby villages. Newspapers, cable TV, accredited journalists, tourism. The district consists of number of towns and villages lying around Serchhip. Aizawl is the second biggest town after Serchhip. It is one of the few flat areas with beautiful grassy landscape. Nearby Aizawl is a spectacular waterfall called Vantorm Falls, meaning heaven's reaching fall. This beautiful stepped fall is easily accessible by road, and it is a place where one can hear the calling of nature silently. Paragliding. Paragliding is a new sport for the people of Serchhip town. Vantorm Chhiahtlang, the most famous waterfall in Mizoram. Vantorm Falls is about 4 kilometers to the south of Aizawl subdivision, at Lao River. The height of this waterfall is roughly measured to be about 220 meters. The artistic design, like 7-rounded story cliff of this falls, is very attractive. It was said that Vantorm was a great swimmer who was supposed to have lived in a nearby village, who could swim upwards to the falls when the volume of the water was at its peak. When the Nawidaf people urged him to swim upwards of the falls again, a large log carried by the flood had hit him and died at the spot. As such, the falls was named after him. It was also said that the Multhwam subclan who had once settled in Mizoram believed and worshipped the spirit of this waterfall. It is about 24 kilometers from the headquarters town of Serchhip. Zoluti Raya Lung, word meaning Ratrengya, memory, lung, stone. It could be presumed that Mary Winchester, Zoluti, as called by the Mizo people, taken as captive on 23 January 1871 by Mizo chief Benghquire of Cowrie, was a root of Christianity in Mizoram. The spot most of the writers and historians accepted to be the place where Zoluti was handed over to the British official on 21 January 1872 is Amual at Cowrie Talang near Serchhip Kaunpui. In this place the Christian Halai Paul Christian Youth Fellowship, Serchhip Vengchung branch had erected a stone on 5 January 1994 in memory of Zoluti, daughter of Dr. Winchester, a manager in one of the Assam tea garden. However, the place was a historical agenda which had since long been debated between writers, historians and the people of Salem, Serchhip and Aizawl. Till today, the question remains unsettled. There is no historical fact as to where Zoluti was handed over to the British official. The army column called the Lushai Expeditionary Force, Valin Parnina, specially entrusted to bring back the white maids Aizawl, was commanded by Lt. Col. T. H. Lewin. The Mizo people named him Puthangliana, who wrote the book A Fly on the Wheel, in which he put the following lines, quote, "She, Zoluti, appeared, during her long stay with her kidnapper, to have altogether forgotten English language. But on the officer fumbling in his pocket, and demanding whether she would like to have a sweet, her memory was at once refreshed, and she held out her hand, showing that she understood what had been said." Quote page 277. A Fly on the Wheel. Chingpuri Thalan. Word meanings. Thalan, tomb. Niabbv. Of Nula, unmarried woman. TV, Delangval, unmarried man. Serchhip branch YMA had erected a stone in memory of Ni. Chingpuri at about 4 kilometers north of Serchhip, just above the Indian National Highway No. 54. Ni. Chingpuri, of Aizawl sub-village, was known for her beauty. They were in deep attachment with TV. Chhiahtlang. Meanwhile, Lal Nutha, son of a village council elder, also loved her, but could not win her heart, and then tried to revenge upon her lover. He made the evil spirit get inside Chhiahtlang, and he began seriously ill and could not move out at all. Even after that, a love feeling inside Chingpuri did not fade away. When she set out to her daily routine of going to Lo Jumma farm, also, if she went along with other bachelors, she afraid that her lover, Chhiahtlanga's heart would have inflamed. So, she used to set off to Lo along with an old man Ralti Almkawa. It was on that very morning that she was caught by the enemies. During that time, the second most famous civil war, Chuk later Lang Indo, East and West War 1877 to 1880, was going on, and she died at the hands of her captors, led by Thangzaka, of Serchhip village. Though she had pleaded vehemently to save her life, it is said that her beauty did not fade even after her death. Nearby villages. Buangpui is a village lying along the Aizawl Lungalai Thenzal Road. Nilo is another village at about 10 kilometers from Buangpui. Zakuala Salo used to rule in this village during the chieftainship period before the British abolished this tradition of the Mizo nation. Chhiahtlang is a village on the south-southeast of Serchhip containing around 100 households. List of associations. Society. Serchhip Thalai Paul, a not-for-profit non-governmental charitable organization. Serchhip information website. Government. Serchhip College. Latest Serchhip news. Zodlafam daily newspaper. Serchhip.